Welcome back, everybody. Driver53 here, and I've got another short video today on precision farming in Farming Simulator 19. And what I've got is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got seasons engaged. Now, I'm on Ravenport, and I've got seasons, and I've got the USA Simplified Geo. So, everything is above freezing. I'm going to be able to do what I need to do, I feel like. And I just want to get in here and try it and see what it looks like. I've got a Let's Play that I'm using seasons on right now. And I wanted to do some testing. That way I know kind of what I'm going to get myself into before I do that. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take some soil samples here. And we're just going to see what this field is. I don't know anything about this field. I don't know if it's a good one or a bad one. But I'm going to go ahead and take some samples just like I normally would. See if there's anything different in the process of seasons to a regular playthrough. And I'll be updating you guys along the way. I'm probably only going to do one rotation of crop right now. And then we'll come back and look at it. If I see there's a need to do another one, we might do that. But just kind of expect one going through right now. I'm just trying to get this thing lined up, so I only have to do hopefully 4 samples on this on this field. It would be really nice. I'm probably going to end up having to do 5 though, right in the middle. I'm going to need to do one more. But is what it is. And I think we're going to keep doing this a couple more, and then I'll show you guys. Well, honestly, it's only going to be a couple seconds. Oh, back up a little bit. How do I want to do this? Yeah, about right there. See, I wish this thing was just a little bit bigger. I wish we could expand out the radius on this thing and just pay more for the service. You know, I wish that was an option. I know some other people on Facebook have been asking if that was an option at all, or saying, hey, this would be great. Yeah, I think it would be an awesome thing to do. So we're going to send these off really quick. I'm going to put this over here. And one thing that I don't know how much this is going to happen, I highly recommend to disconnect your scout from whatever vehicle you're using to transport it. And the reason is I was playing on another map and I can't get back into it now. And I think the error, what's been discovered is that if you don't disconnect, there's something going on with it, and it won't let you back in at all. So I had to completely delete it and start over. And y'all, it was one of my test maps, so not super stoked about it. That's why we're over here now. So yeah, let's take a look at this. So we're gonna pull up the menu here, and as you can see, we actually have some loam in this. That's exciting. A little bit of silty clay, and you know, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this open over here, the economic analysis, just so we can kind of see what maybe a year would look like on this here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is come over and look at the pH. Now the pH for loam is a little bit low. We know that it needs to be 6.75. So we're going to go ahead and jump that up a little bit. I am going to go ahead and spread manure. I'm going to put a silo on here to be able to make this a little bit quicker and easier. So let me do that, and then we'll be back putting some manure on this. Alright, so I'm not sure why I said manure. I knew I needed to do lime to bring up the pH. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and do this whole field. I'm using the automatic setting, so let me get to the end of this and I will show you what I mean by that. So in my settings here, I think I'm automatic. Let me get rid of this. Can I even toggle it? Yeah, there we go. So I can deactivate the automatic application rate. So I'm just doing this with the automatic flow. So it's telling me where it needs to be, right? I'm not going to do this manually. I am going to make another video that kind of goes into that a little bit more, but not right now. So you can see as we get through the different types of soil, it's changing it automatically for me. So as we go out of the loam into the silty clay, it knows. And you know, some people may say that's, you know, cheating, but I just watched a video of the millennial farmer who had a map data or a map on a jump drive of his entire field that he was going to add nutrients to. And they took soil samples, and he said they went every acre and did that. So I think this is really in line with what modern agriculture capabilities are. All right, I don't think that by using this automatic process here that it's in any way doing something that you wouldn't see in the real life. So that's why we're doing it. And if you want to do manual, like I said, I'm going to make another video. Be on the lookout for it. And if you haven't checked out some of my other precision farming stuff yet, go ahead. If you're new or looking to get some more advice or just answers to questions that you may have, I'm trying to be as thorough as I can. I may not have every answer, but if there's something else that you're needing, throw it in the comments, let me know, and I'm definitely looking into it. I've got some other subscribers and just viewers in general that are asking questions, and I'm having to go find the answers for them, and I'm enjoying it because it's a great question, right? So don't think that any question's a bad question, because they're all good. So let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do some testing. So we're going to finish up with this here really quick, and then we're going to jump over and do the manure. And we're going to take a look here at our map too, and just to verify, I don't have a doubt that it did it, but we are going to go ahead and look at our map real quick. Turn off our tractor. There we go. So as you can see, we are good to go now. We are right where we need to be. Our silty clay is at 7. Our loam is at 6.75, and our sandy loam is right about 6.5. So we're good there. All right, now let's jump over to our manure. All right, so what we want to do here is spread this out, and this is the nitrogen, the first level. Now, I do want to say, I am not going to be spreading, or not going to be planting soybeans. If I was doing soybeans, I probably wouldn't touch it at all, because they don't require any. But that's another day, another video. So, like I said, what we're doing is we are going to go ahead and get started here on this. So, I hope I have enough. Yeah, I should. All right, so I'm going to do this for the entire field, and then I'll show you guys the map whenever we are done. All right, so we're getting ready to come up on the end here, and as you can see, it's only throwing it right about in the middle. It knows that this is where I need to go to. It is putting down 80, between 80 and 60. So it's got it automatically figured out where it wants to be at. So that's that. All right, so we are good there. So that's our lime, and that is going to be our manure. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and come back and take a look and see if this needs plowed. If it does, we'll be doing that really quickly, because I want to be able to get that in here also. So I'm coming across, and let me turn on needs plowing. And it does. All right, so I'm going to go plow really quickly, and then we'll get on to the next phase. So we are now ready to go ahead and start seeding. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put wheat in here for right now, just for this simple test. And what I'm doing is I'm putting seed down, and then we're going to go ahead and fertilize directly after. And they recommend to do this in the base game, at least, directly, after you seed. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to see if you have the option to fertilize again, because I know on seasons you have a chance for 3 fertilization stages. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I'm overlapping just a little bit more than I think a worker would, but I like to be a little bit cautious. And I'm also going to look at maybe how much of a economic impact analysis that we're having on this field. Like, how much does it cost me and everything like that, versus the reward. So I don't know. I may not take too much into it because I am doing myself and a worker. So the main thing is we're gonna put seeds in this ground, and then we're gonna come back and fertilize it, and then look and see, you know, when we can touch it again after that. So I'll see you guys once I'm done and we're getting ready to put some fertilizer right down. And here we are throwing some nitrogen now. Now you can see that this is taking it all the way up to 200 right off the bat, which is very interesting because that's what wheat maxes out at, is 200 kilograms a hectare. So let me get over here. Am I getting it all? Yeah. So it's maxing it out completely. So I don't know if we're gonna have an option to come back and fertilize again. Now we might. Seasons might take it out as we go along the growth cycle, which would be very, very interesting. But what I'm worried about here right now is getting this first one down and then looking at everything. So, and when I say 200, that's in this, okay? That's in, looks like we're in Sandy Loam right now. So we're gonna look at the map here and figure that out. So let me get this turned back around, and then I'm gonna turn it off, and we'll take a look at the map. So this is where we are. This is our nitrogen right now, and you can see that in, you know, the loam we are sitting right at 200. So if I go down and I turn all of these off, so okay, so at 160, that's gonna be our, oh, what is it, silty. So the silty clay is 160, and then the 180 is our sandy loam, and then 200 is our loam. So those are the three that we have right now, and it's automatically maxing out everything. And this is in seasons again, and this is only the second fertilizer state. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and speed up time a bit, and I'm actually going to turn all of these back on. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time, and if the weeds come in, I'll let you guys know about that, because I don't know if weeds are going to. I've got, these are my settings that I'm doing right now. I've got weeds on, and I had lime obviously and plowing on. So yeah, let's and let me show you what I've got for these settings also right here. I've got crop damage at 100 and weed intensity to 100. So if weeds show up, they're going to show up in full force. And then my seasons are going to be 3 days. So it might take me a few to get through into the next season. But we are going to rock it. And yeah, so the next time you guys see me, it's either going to be some weeds on the ground, or I'm going to be putting some more fertilizer down. And I'm going to constantly keep looking at it and give you guys the update. So we'll see you in a bit. So our crops came in, the first little bit here. It's day 2 in mid-spring. There are a few weeds, but I want to go ahead and show you what it looks like. So this is the growing stage. As you can see, you know, everything came in okay, had no problems there. So let's go over now to precision farming, and you can see that our nitrogen levels did not change at all. We are still at 200. If I knock off the 200 one, it's going to take out most of that, and that's where that was to begin with. So I do not see a change there. Also, if we take a look at our, pH, you can see that 6.75 is where we should have been, and it stayed right there too. So the crops aren't doing anything as they grow, at least for the first stage. So we're going to keep going. I do have some weeds, all right, in here, but I'm going to wait till I've got a few more before I get everything out of the way, because they don't seem like they're actually taking any nutrients either right now. So that's what we got. I'm going to keep hanging out here in this drone, and I'll see you guys at the next stage. So we're into early summer now, and let me show you what happened. So we got another growth stage, all right, and we look at our pH, and it's right where it should be, 6.75 still. I'll go down here and I'll show you right where it needs to be. So perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is come over to nitrogen, and it is still right where it needs to be. So nothing happened, everybody. That's what happened. And our weeds, we're going to look at that here really quick. We've got a few in here. I'm going to go ahead and wipe them out now that we're in one of our final growth stages really quick. And once I spray, I'll come back and look at that again to make sure that the spray didn't take anything out. And I'll share that with you. So I'll be right back. All right, we got done spraying, and let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. So we got rid of all of the weeds. Absolutely perfect. We're still in the same growing stage that we were. All right, so we'll come back over to this. Now let's go to precision farming, and you can see the pH did not move. Absolutely perfect, and the nitrogen also. So don't be afraid. It's all going to be there. It's all going to stay. We're not going to get, and it's raining right now too, so I'm not seeing any runoff. Which I've heard that could be maybe something, I don't know, but it is raining, and I don't see any of that. So we're going to check after the rain gets done, maybe, and see if anything happened there. So I'll let you know. So we're into the next day now, day 2, mid-summer, and let me go ahead and show you here. Our nitrogen, it did not change. We are good to go. No runoff reported with that rain. And the pH is exactly the same too, 6.75. So that's it. Crop's looking pretty good, and see you guys. Y'all, it is harvest time. All right, so let me show you. We got first stage here of harvest, and if we come across, we can see that all of our stuff is still exactly where it should be. So let's get to it and see what our yields are. Now I know it's midsummer, but I don't think that matters. So we're gonna go ahead and check really quickly, make sure that, okay, our straw is on, so let's go. Ooh, let's turn on the mini map so we can see it live. All right, so I think this way is gonna work. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and get the entire field harvested. We're gonna let the worker do most of it. I'm gonna sit back and maybe go get a different harvester. I don't know. You know, side note, I really like the CR1090 with the extension on the hopper, but some of these headers, I mean, this is an in-game header, and it's base game. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's doing that. So, really not sure. Side rant over. All right, back to it. I'm going to let you guys go. We're going to look at this, and that is interesting. It's yellow. Started off green and now we're yellow. It's really interesting on the yield. Huh. I don't know why it's doing that, guys. Let's look at this really quick. What do we got going on here? That is so weird. All the way across at 85%. I wonder if it's going to increase the farther out here we get. Because on loam, it should be like, you know. Oh, we're in sandy stuff. That's why, more than likely. So here it should be green again. Yep. Okay. And I can't dive down anymore. That's probably what was going on. Is here, we didn't have a whole lot of silty clay, more than likely. So it showed green right off the bat. But then we went sideways, stayed in it the whole time. That's why we got the yellow. Okay. Cool. So I think we're good now. Alright, I'll show you guys when we're done. Alright, harvest is done. Got it all. Had to unload once, actually, on this field, which was really odd. Because, I mean, that's a big capacity on that harvester. And we still had to unload doing wheat. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the data. What we've got here is our yield. Now, like I said, up at the top we're yellow. And that's because we're in silty clay. So I'm thinking that's somewhere around 85%. No, 80? Ooh, 90. Okay, so next we're going to come up in 95 just a little bit, 100 on a lot of it. Then we got into 105, 110, 115, and 125. So right where it should be. You know, we did everything right on that. Now the next thing, let's look at our nitrogen. Now this bottomed back out to around 60. Some of it stayed, but I think that's really weird stuff going on there. So it bottomed back out around, like I said, 60, which is what it should have. Yep. And now we come up and take a look at our pH. Now it should have only dropped down a little bit. Yeah, 650, it was 675. So we're good there. So I guess the next thing now is going to be to find our next crop. So I wonder what it's going to tell me. So we had wheat in here, and before that, let's go ahead and hop out and run over here and see what it says. So it actually is telling us that it was oilseed and then cereal. Okay, so I'm going to run here. I'm going to do this, and we're going to jump back over to this. So we know that we want oilseed, and then we wanted... Is it in here? Do you guys see that? I can't select oilseed. Alright, so we're just going to put it grass. And after that, we did wheat, right? So what do we want to do next? So it looks like 1.14 is all we're going to be able to get. So I mean, we could use cotton, canola. That'd be a good one. So canola, sunflowers, potatoes. I mean, it's like normal ones, right? We don't need special stuff. So it looks like canola and sunflowers. So let's jump back over to this one and look at our nitrogen. So 60, I think both of those would be okay. I would definitely go ahead and put seed in the ground and then fertilize. I wouldn't worry about trying to fertilize anymore before that. So, you know, I think crop rotation is going to be super important. I would not do soybeans until you get way down to zero. I am going to be doing another video specifically on soybeans, and I'm going to do a lot of testing on that because it's really interesting. They don't require any nitrogen at all. So I really want to look at that crop to see what the negative side is to nitrogen. And I think we can apply that across the board. So if you guys are interested in that, come on back for another video. I don't know if it's going to be the exact next one, but it will be happening soon. So hopefully you found out some interesting stuff today about seasons. It's not super complicated. It seems like it's following right along. And it's really interesting. There's only 2 fertilizations instead of 3, which I think is cool. So actually, let's also look at one more thing really quick. We went ahead and we're looking at the entire field, right? I wanted to turn off the economic analysis, not to worry about it until right now. So let's see how we did. So it looks like our total earnings was 13,224 from this field. Now I was using a worker and I was doing it myself. So I think some of these things we could probably improve if we were doing straight worker or straight me. I'm going to look at those in another video also, which one is going to be more costly. Because we do have AI helper help, but then they also use less material because they understand exactly where the edges are. So that's going to be one that I'm going to be doing really soon. That way we can start saving money. True precision excellence. But yeah, I wonder what it would cost if I sold all of that. So, ooh, 25596. Let's actually look at that really quick. 25596 is how much we had. So I'm going to go to my calculator here really quickly. 25596. And we're going to divide that obviously by 1,000, right? So let's look at our wheat. Our wheat at the highest price right now is 514. So that's 13,156. Let's go back over here. And 13,224 is what it's saying. So that's really interesting. It's giving it almost exactly what that price is right now. Really, really interesting. And we are also, if we go to our economic difficulty, you guys can see we're on normal. So probably if we flip that around and we're on easy or super difficult, then it would tell us accordingly. So I think that's going to be it, everybody. I can't really think of anything else that I need to test on seasons. I haven't really dove into seasons a whole lot. I'll be completely honest with you. I've only started playing it within the last few weeks, maybe a month out is when I started, and I haven't done multiple seasons yet in seasons. So if there are any questions that you guys have, let me know. I will gladly do some more testing here, because it's only going to help me help you help me. So I just want to say, if you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. If you didn't, let me know why, if you would, please. I want to be able to provide good quality content for you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and run over to the page, check out my other stuff. If you like it, consider it, you know, and smash that notification bell also, because I do put out multiple videos sometimes, and it's difficult to kind of keep up. I mean, in the last few days with precision farming, it has been a ton. I think I'm on almost 10 now, maybe. So it's been a lot. I got a lot more to come. So hang out with me. It's been fun. It's going to keep being fun. And I just want to say, have a great day, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver 53, signing off.